Hello everyone, and welcome to another Pyro Gaming video. The Dawning has brought back one of my favorite activities in all of Destiny, and that is Sparrow Racing League. Now, SRL was here in the tower around this time last year for about 3 weeks, and for those of you who did not get to experience it, you might be finding yourself having a hard time competing in this year's SRL event. So I'd like to share with you some of my favorite tips and tricks that will hopefully help you improve your Sparrow racing game. Now, before I get into this, I do want to say that unless you're doing the SRL quest and you're on the last step that requires you to get 3 wins in SRL, honestly, winning means absolutely nothing in SRL. It's not going to affect your KD, it's not going to affect anything, and you're going to have the same chances of getting an aftermatch reward. So that being said, my best advice would be don't try to be such a tryhard and try to be ultra competitive. Instead, just have fun and enjoy the fact that you can get 400 level gear potentially every 8 minutes or so. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that you can do to improve your game if you are one of those sweaty tryhards, or if you're on the last step of that quest. Sparrow selection is going to be very important. The highest speed value in a Sparrow currently is 160. Most of the new ones that came with Rise of Iron and most of the ones that were here in SRL last year all come with a 160 speed stat. So selecting any one of those is going to be okay. Alternatively, you could do, say, the Vault of Glass or Protozen Sparrows that give you an additional boost, but you sacrifice being able to do tricks. Now, you don't want to use these because being able to do tricks means that you're going to fill up your strafe boosts, your side-to-side boosts, much more frequently and have them always stocked. With the Raid Sparrows, you can't do this. Next, you want to keep for sure your gauntlets and your boots of any type that you get that have like the SRL thing. This is your speeder set, your momentum set, anything like that. You want to keep, for sure, the gauntlets and the boots, because these, going back to what I was saying a second ago with doing the tricks and getting the fuel, these are going to allow you to use less fuel when you strafe side to side, and also get more fuel back when you perform a trick. These are going to help you tremendously, guys, so definitely keep those two. Don't just infuse everything that you get into your normal gear. When you're on the tracks and you're actually racing, you need to pay attention. Watch the other racers. You need to look around. You need to take note of where the jumps are, where the boost gates are, where the traps are. Every single map has little shortcuts that you can take, and most of them, when you take the shortcut, you bypass one of the boost gates. So pay attention to that. Learn the fastest ways around the map. Going back to what I was saying about the tricks just a second ago, one thing that I would like to add to that is every single time your Sparrow comes off the ground, you need to try to do a trick, because it really makes the difference when you have your fuel meter full and you can strafe side to side whenever you need to, and you don't have to sit there and strafe and look over and see that little red box in the corner by your speedometer. It's really gonna help you. Another thing that I would recommend is vibration off. You're not really gonna need your vibration. If you can't tell that you're moving on a Sparrow without your vibration being on, then winning an SRL match was probably the least of your concerns. So that being said, the controller is a lot easier to manage when your vibration is off. I keep my vibration off for everything. I would recommend you doing that. And another thing that messes a lot of people up is they try to get ultra competitive and try to ram other racers into rocks and stuff like that. Don't do that, man. Number one, it makes you a dick. And number two, you're risking yourself messing up and you slamming into a rock. If you try to ram somebody and they move or something like that, then you're just left vulnerable. So all in all, it's bad for everybody involved. I wouldn't recommend doing it. On that same note, try your best to avoid when all the racers cluster up. When you first start a race, everybody's neck and neck. There's 5 or 6 people there, depending on however many are in the match, just all within a half second of each other, and it can get very hectic. So try to avoid that, even if it means you have to drop back and fall into 5th place or something like that. That's fine. Just wait to make your move later on in the race and just be good. And if you're in first place like I am for most of the match, then your boost gates are going to get a lot smaller. You're going to get all the traps. You're going to get all the enemies. Everything is going to be hitting you first, and that can be very, very tricky to manage and maintain that lead. So what I typically do, I know that in this race in particular, I've been in first most of the time, but what I typically do is I try to hang out in second or third, but stay close to the leader. And then around this part of the match is when I'll try to make a move and make a pass and go on to win. But all in all, guys, hopefully these tricks help you out. Hopefully it helps you improve your game, but always remember that this is just a game, and like I said, you get the same rewards whether you finish first or last. So just hang back, have fun, don't stress about it, don't get ragey, and enjoy the event. But anyway, that's going to bring this video to an end, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, click like. If you're new to the channel, click subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, I fucking love you. You'll see a subscribe button popping up here on your screen, as well as a couple other videos. Feel free to sub and go check out those other videos if you enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching, and take care, guys.